Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the film community, Tyler's channel, whatever you want to say. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. I apologize. I was like, hey, I'm going to start this film journey, and then here we are, like 2 months later, and I haven't really uploaded anything. I have been taking pictures. I do have an Instagram, Stills by Tyler. It shows off all my film photography that I've been doing. Took my camera to Disney. I've been shooting them quite a bit. I'm still trying to get into the swing of film YouTube. So, like, obviously, going out, taking pictures, recording the process, and then going over the scans that I get back. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Is testing out a new film, and then B, kind of going through the process of me shooting, and then going over the scans that I get back, and just kind of going through the whole process with you guys finally after 2 months. So today it's gonna be like a little test run. New film that I'm trying is something that's probably gonna be interesting and shocking to some people, but I don't know if everybody has one of these in their hometown, their state, or whatnot. Five Below is a retail chain that basically everything in store is pretty much $5 and below. Obviously, they have sections that are like, oh, this is a little bit more expensive and this is slightly more expensive. But recently, what they got was a disposable 35mm camera, which was, I think it's like $5 or $6 for that, and black and white film that is $5.35. It is black and white. It is 400. From what I can tell, it's 400 ISO. It is only 10 exposures, and it's f8 at 28mm, which is perfect because I bought two of these rolls. So here is one I can show you right now. I already shot on this one. So as you can see, black and white 35mm film, and then all that stuff that's on there, 400 at 10. So you have 10 exposures in this. $5 for 10 exposures is not bad. Obviously, usually you're going to be paying 15 for 36 or whatnot, so the ratio is not the greatest per se, but it's not terrible. If you want to get a cheap roll of film, this is about as cheap as you can get unless you buy like expired film, and this is new film. This is new black and white film. So basically what part of the other test is going to be today is I already shot this roll through my Olympus OM10. Which obviously, if you know anything about cameras, this is a SLR, so I gotta, wind it, shoot, all that kind of stuff. I had the settings correct and everything like that, so all that should be, decent. I don't remember what I took pictures of. I know it was just kind of random crap because it was only 10 exposures, so you don't really get a lot of stuff out of it. So I'm gonna compare also in this video shooting it on what would be considered more expensive system, I guess, because obviously back in the day that would have been like $300 or $400, whereas the other camera I'm shooting on today is my Pentax IQ Zoom 140, IQ Zoom 140 that I got from a flea market for like $15. Basically comparing it, what would have been the mid-tier camera back in the day to like probably a low-tier automatic SL or automatic point and shoot from like the 90s, and seeing, does the camera make the film look better, or is it going to be kind of crappy no matter what? And then, like I said, just kind of going through and showing you guys my process of, taking pictures, and that way you guys can see kind of how I compose, what I choose to shoot, and stuff like that. I am bringing an extra camera with me, but I'm not going to film anything with that. My friend Alex bought me an Argus Series 400 automatic point and shoot. I'm just going to test that out. I have a roll of expired Fuji in it. I'm just going to test it out while we're out as well, so I can drop that off. That way I can make sure that camera works. This will also be kind of a test for this camera because I did shoot Seattle Filmworks to this, but the camera store that's in my local area does not process the kind of coding that Seattle Filmworks is. So technically I have shot a roll through this, but I still don't know if this works. So this is what this is going to be kind of too, is to make sure this camera actually works. So that's kind of the plan. Gonna load this up. I'm gonna show you guys loading it here in a second, just to show you what it looks like loading it into the camera and everything like that. And then the next thing you'll see after that is probably us kind of heading out and doing our thing. So we'll see you in the next part. All right, so this is us opening the 35mm film. That way we can kind of give it a look to see what it looks like coming out of the package. So as you can see, it's a better little view of it. One roll, the f2.8 or f8 at 28 millimeters, 35 millimeter black and white film. Just kind of has some stuff kind of written all over it. As you can see the barcode right there. And then it just says easy to load, 35 millimeter black and white for a camera. So we're gonna go and open it up. Hey, be quiet, Poe. My cat, Poe. So we're gonna slide it out. So you just get this just completely black film canister, pop it open, and there's the film. As you can kind of see, it almost has like a blue tint to it. I don't know if you can really see that, but it does have a blue tint to it. It does have the leader, so you can actually take it out and load it. But that's what it comes out of the canister looking like. So I'm gonna go ahead and go grab my camera and we're gonna go ahead and load it. All right, so this is what we're shooting at. Pentax IQ Zoom 140. So it's basically a 38 to 140 millimeter zoom lens automatic 35 millimeter camera. There's Poe, my buddy. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. So with this one, you just hit this. The lens pops open, the lens cover opens up, and then you just pop this open. Ooh, maybe. And then with this one, we're going to go ahead and put it in there like this. Should just kind of fit right in. And then we're just going to kind of leader it into there. Should be good, I think. Nice and flat, kind of. And there we go. So now we're ready to go with this. There's one, it's ready for shot one. There's 10 shots on this roll, obviously. So kind of have to make it worth the shots that you do. But obviously having this zoom lens is gonna help quite a bit. As you can see, it zooms quite a bit. It's gonna help get some decent shots, I think. So excited to try it out to see what it looks like. There's through the viewfinder, if you can see. Here's what the viewfinder looks like. So we're gonna give this a shot. We're gonna go downtown Indianapolis just to kind of get some different shots what I normally would, because a lot of the times when I shoot around my apartment and stuff like that, it's just a lot of landscapes. So it'll be kind of interesting to get some maybe buildingscapes or something like that, maybe some portraits, and just see kind of how this film performs on a similarly sunny day outside. So you guys will see that here in a couple of seconds. All right, we're out here, town square, as you can see, all around us with the trio. We're gonna take some pictures and see how they turn out. Unfortunately, the sun went away, so it's not gonna be as nice with black and white, but we'll make it work. All right, this is the first location I'm gonna try. I like the way the fence looks on this, and then like what looks like they messed up the sign, so they like double did it. So we're gonna try to see how this looks for the first one. This is location number 2. I like the way this building is kind of run down, nice and white, so we should have some good contrast. I like this sign. I'm gonna do it up and down, I think, of this. It's like a vertical. It's sunny, it'd be even better. I'm gonna try to get a picture of the Coke sign. Good thing is I can zoom in, so I should be able to get it, but I don't know how it's gonna look, so we'll see. Especially with this stupid sign next to it. Alright, we're halfway through the roll. How are we feeling? Good, bad?
Okay.
Okay. How about you? How are we feeling? Good. Halfway through. I just needed to 5. So, gotta find 5 more things to take pictures of. I'm sure we can do it. Alright, so there's like a mystery fun club thing, but there's also a little skeleton leg up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a picture, I think, pointing up from down here, up toward them. Me and Alex just like how empty this space is. So we're going to zoom out so you guys can just kind of take it in. But we're going to try to do something with this, I think. I wanted this duck pin bowling sign. I was going to
to do that sign, but I think this one might be a little bit better. I'm gonna do a picture of this fountain. I'm gonna try to get it highlighted against the sky. I'm gonna do because it might be blown out by that light, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it turns out. Alright, so I only got 8 shots out of that roll. So I don't know if it's just because it's an automatic camera, it loaded it weird or something like that, but it's done. So we're gonna go shoot a little bit more on our film, or our color film, and then we're gonna go ahead and take them over to Roberts, and then I might do a little bit there just to show you guys kind of the process. If not, the next thing you'll see will just be me going over the scans, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so we've made it back, dropped off the film at Roberts, so that's all done. So now it's just a waiting game. Today is Monday the 12th. They said it should be done Wednesday the 14th. So obviously when they come in, I'll kind of update you guys on how they look. But it was like $30 to do 2 rolls of black and white. And it sucks because obviously these are only like 10 shots a piece. So it's not worth it, in my opinion, to develop these. They're probably not gonna be worth it at all, but obviously it's a cheap alternative if you're just getting into it. So that's what this whole video is about. So we'll see once the development comes through. So I will see you guys on that part. All right, so we saw in this video prior the scans that I got back from my Pentax IQ Zoom 140 that I went to Fountain Square, shots and stuff with. Right now we're gonna kind of look through the Olympus OM10 shots just to see kind of what differences I notice, whether I like one better than the other, whatnot. So the first shot we've got is just the window, definitely underexposed. You can tell just because how dark everything around is, but I like that the window is kind of the center point, the key point in the frame. I shot probably f5.6 400 ISO, like the film says too. Shutter speed is probably 4, either 250 or 4, or 250 or 5, I don't know specifically which one, but that's kind of the settings I was working with for most of these pictures. The next one is my girlfriend Kendra. This one obviously is a lot better of an exposure because the sun's coming in from the right, so it's kind of lighting up everything in front of me. All the same kind of settings and stuff like that. This one definitely looks a lot better just because it's exposed properly in terms of lighting. This is another one where the window's in the background, as you can see, pose, tail going up into the window. Another instance where it was just because I was shooting directly towards the sunlight. It was just underexposed because the light was just hitting right in, and so the camera was basically trying to expose for that bright light, but then it kind of washed everything else out in frame. This one, I was outside. We were gonna go to an antique mall, I believe, this time. This would have probably been a pretty decent shot, A, if the door was closed, and then B, I believe I was holding like a pen or keys or some kind of object in my hand, and as you can see, it's in the top right corner up here, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Another picture from inside the apartment where it's once again pointing towards a window, so it underexposes everything else in the frame. I think if it was a dark night or something like that, and then I ended up just shooting towards a dark night with the lights on, it probably would have been a good picture. But like I said, shooting towards direct sunlight with this, it underexposes everything else in frame. This one's not too bad. We're outside of McDonald's. I like the grain, the visible grain in the corners. I think it's really nice. It has a nice touch to it. You got nice highlights and shadows because of the sun kind of coming straight down from above us. So this one's actually a pretty good frame in my opinion. We got one of the antiques place we went to. I like this one a lot as well because you get the reflection off the roof, which kind of causes a little flare in the glass. And once again, you just got a nice, good grain throughout the entire image. And then we got one that I like quite a bit as well, where it's shooting through the blinds towards the houses across the retention pond from our apartment. I like how you have a foreground element, but then you have the background element that's kind of the focus. But everything is kind of vignetted, so everything obviously is out of focus right in front of us, but you have a dark area on this left side where it's the door kind of leading you into the houses along with the blinds, kind of drawing your eyes towards it. I think this is probably my favorite out of the bunch that I took on the Olympus OM10 in terms of shooting on that Five Below black and white film. But in general, I think, I don't know. My review of the film is it worth it? Absolutely not. 10 exposures for $5 is a good deal if you can maybe develop it yourself. But the wait time, I dropped this off December 12th. I received these scans back January 7th. And that's because I had to get them redone, because the first time they scanned these in, the ones off my IQ Zoom 140, they were completely jacked up. They had like scanned half frames and stuff like that, so I had to get them rescanned. But it basically took almost a month to get these scans back for basically, I think what was in total of usable images, like 16, if that. I think it might have been less than 16 images. I think this was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 for the Olympus, and I think the Pentax was, or the Pentax was like 8. So I think I got like 15 shots total of usable stuff. I mean, it's got nice grain. It's got good contrast. I haven't really shot black and white, so I can't compare it to like anything else. I do have Ilford HP5 that I'm going to use here soon, but I haven't shot on it yet, so I don't really know quite the differences, similarities, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't look bad for a $5 film. I will say that. For $5, like I said, if you can get this scanned or developed or whatever at your own place with your own equipment and stuff, it could be worth it, because I'm sure, you know, once you make that investment, you can reuse a lot of that stuff. But in terms of dropping it off and all that, you know, time, money, it was, like I said, $15 a roll to get this developed. That's 3 times the cost of just buying the roll. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. You can get some decent shots. I would probably recommend using a manual camera to take the shots, because sometimes the autofocus and stuff like that on certain cameras can kind of be wonky. If you do a manual SLR where you can kind of control like the aperture and everything like that, you can obviously overexpose certain images, have a whole bunch of control over that kind of stuff. But I think in terms of quality of the pictures, I like the Pentax pictures better than my Olympus pictures, but they both got standouts and kind of blah stuff. But that's pretty much the video. That is the review of the Five Below black and white film. That is $5 and like 25 cents, I think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching up until this point. It's my first video I've really made like this, where I've kind of tested a film. So hopefully it went well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do plan on making some other film reviews, camera reviews, stuff like that in the future. I did pick up this bad boy recently, Pentax 645. I'm going to be shooting medium format on this. I do have a couple rolls that I bought. I did also shoot on a Zenza Bronica ETRSI. I did drop off a black and white to Robert's Camera, which is the camera store I use in Indiana. They do not take 120 color, so I will have to take this 120 and ship it to the Darkroom Lab. So I think I might just end up shooting these and sending all 3 to Darkroom. We'll see. But that's kind of the next video probably. Other than that, it would be going over like mini reviews over my OM10, my Olympus Zoom, my Nikon F, and stuff like that. Just kind of doing reviews over each camera I have, and then kind of maybe little tiny vlogs going places and taking pictures and stuff like that. But that's kind of the short roadmap for this channel as of right now. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. It means a lot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was fun making this. Hopefully next time it doesn't take as long to make, because it's basically been a month-long journey on this for this video. Which I know, you know, obviously you got to drop off the film, get it scanned and everything like that, but it's just kind of odd, because usually, you know, when I used to buy clothes and stuff all the time, it was you buy something and then you just get it and you make the video that day and you have it. Whereas this is like, oh, well, let me shoot this. Okay, now I got to go drop it off and wait for it to get developed and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So it's just been kind of a learning experience, but it's a good learning experience, and I can't wait to make more videos like this. So I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, go and drop a like. It would help me out a lot. Helps me grow the channel so I can get more of a community behind me, so we can kind of discuss certain things on this channel. Comment, what did you think about the Five Below film? Would you consider using it, or are you going to pass on it just because of the headaches that I had? I mean, obviously not every lab's going to miss-scan, but, you know, the turnaround time, quality, how some shots for some reason just don't work out. Go in the comment section down below, and subscribe to stay up on everything I do upload. Like I said, we've got some reviews over some cameras and some vlogs and stuff like that coming soon. So keep an eye out for that stuff. I really do appreciate you guys for watching. And until next time, peace out.